All right, so I'm back with another video here, and unfortunately, again, this is one of those videos that I said I would not be talking about that much, but here I am. And this time it is chemtrails. I know, I thought they were dead, but it looks like they just ran off to hide over at TikTok and in the Facebook science group. Yep, science group. That's where chemtrails are at now. Yay. So, this all got started because I was talking to some of these fermenters, however you want to say it. The word, there's no point in this word. These are people that believe the earth looks like a giant pizza. And it has a big glass dome over it. And that glass dome is protecting us from a universe of water, because the entire universe, all space, is actually a giant ocean. I don't understand it at all. So this happened in the YouTube comment section, and through that, one of these guys, once I got them nailed down, they pulled their little stunt, their typical trick they do, and tried to change the topic really quickly, and jumped over to chemtrails, and stated that chemtrails were absolutely, definitely real, because every time that they start flying aircraft overhead of this person, clouds appeared. It got cloudy. So that was his proof. When there were airplanes, there were clouds. And now I tried to, bring some logic to this. Sky and clouds tend to go hand in hand, and aircraft tend to fly in the sky where there are clouds. And clouds always existed prior to aircraft. But, this new proof is that aircraft are creating clouds. And now I get they're trying to say that they're creating large, dense areas of cloud cover. And so his little gotcha moment was when I said, you can't prove it. This is just, it's ludicrous, it's stupid, it's idiotic. He was like, but you can't prove they don't. Well, hold my beer, because we are going to prove that they do not, using our fun little friend called math. Now, I just want to cover here real quick before going any further. I am getting all of my editing equipment in check here, and my animation software going. So I am putting out some of these videos pretty quickly, without any real editing done, just so I can start getting some feedback and get a type of idea of which way I should be taking the content. So if you enjoy this type of content, leave some likes. You can subscribe, you don't have to, but leave some likes, and the content that gets likes, I will redo, add a lot more context to it, bring in some more science, and redo it professionally, either possibly with a Adobe Puppet from a character animator, maybe not. I'm still trying to decide exactly which route I'm going to go with animation. But so we will be doing that, and I'll be doing some more of these quick little videos. And like I said, these are really just testers. Let me know what you think, and I'll be tweaking the content from that point on. So, with that out of the way, math. So, here we go. How much water is in a cloud? Okay. And now I'm going water because a water-based poison is the only thing that they could be spraying out of these aircraft to create clouds. Anything else would either fall quickly to the ground or would evaporate. Like jet fuel evaporates unless they're close to the ground, just because of the pressure when they're higher up. So water is really the only option there is. And now in reality, most of us understand that the contrails are just water vapor condensing due to the high temperature and pressure coming out of the back of these jet engines. All right, but we're here to try and prove that they are not spraying poison by the fact that they are not creating clouds everywhere, because they can't. Okay, even spraying poison is it's just out of the league. So, all right, so one cloud, a kilometer cubed, has about 1.1 million pounds of water in it. That's a lot of water. And now I'm going to give these guys some wiggle room here, and let's just say it's 500,000 pounds, because they said cloud cover. They didn't specify how thick the cloud is, so let's not go with a kilometer thick. I figure cut in half. We'll give them some playroom. Give them a little extra, because they're going to need it. Okay, so now what kind of aircraft are out there? And we have a lot, but the most commonly flown aircraft in the world right now is the Boeing 737. It's actually the Boeing 737 MAX, I believe. But it's definitely the 737. And I figured the 737 was a good aircraft to use because it's directly in the middle as far as size. We have larger aircraft like the 747 and the A380. And then you have smaller aircraft, from Cessna and stuff, your corporate jets. So 737 sits right there in the middle and can make up room for, both from either side. All right. So how much can a 737 carry? Well, 30,000 pounds, right? And that's a maximum weight. Okay. And you never fly with max weight, but we're going to allow it in this time, okay? Now, the other thing is, how long after they spray will the cloud be there? Because we have to figure out how many aircraft are going to need to be in the sky. And looking here, it's looking at about an hour. And now this is for an actual thunderstorm, where there's a lot of water vapor, temperature changes and stuff going on. And a cloud from a thunderstorm usually dissipates within an hour. It's going to happen a lot quicker when we're out spraying our poison all over the place, because it's going to be dry. There's not going to be a lot of vapor anywhere. It's unless we're doing big scale, but we're only talking kilometer, it's going to go quickly. We can give it to them for an hour. This really doesn't matter in the end. But, just so we have all the facts and we know how everything is going to have to work out for them to be able to create cloud cover everywhere with poison, water-based poison, because it's got to be water-based. All right. So let us pull up our trusty little calculator here. I thought I had it open, but I guess not. Whew. All right, here we go. Okay, so we're going with 500,000 pounds of water. That's what we need for our kilometer of cloud cover. And each jet is going to carry 30,000 pounds. All right, 16 and a half, so 17. We're going to need 17 737s overhead for every kilometer of area. And that's a lot of aircraft. Okay? And now we can verify this is going on very easily with the flight tracker. And here's FlightAware. There's a bunch of them you can use. You can use any one you want. Here is our, here's the scale right here. And I am looking at my area, San Francisco. Okay. And I don't see 16 aircraft per kilometer at all. I don't see any. All right. Now, this does not show all the on-ground flights and stuff. We can actually take a look at another site here. Let's just, get an idea. Try Flight Radar 24. All right. It's showing San Jose, but this will show on-ground, aircraft that have landed and stuff also, just so you can get an idea of what's going to be taken off and stuff. All right, here's San Francisco Airport. Now these are all on the ground. See, they're taxiing, they're getting ready for takeoff and stuff. They're in terminals and stuff. Okay, so these are literally every aircraft out there. And even pulling back, I don't like using this one to the scale, but I wanted to verify that we had the same amount of aircraft on both maps, and We pretty much do. So, where are our 16 aircraft? They just aren't there. Nowhere near, per 50 kilometers. Each jet here, let's get into a good scale. So these jet sizes right here are about, I'd say they're each about 7 kilometers. On looking at this scale, no, no. Can we actually ID these aircraft here? I'm not sure. Sometimes we can tell exactly what type they are, sometimes not. But yeah, it's impossible. I mean, the math has spoken. Yeah, we can see it right here. This is something that I thought I would mention for anyone to bring up to, people talking about chemtrails, creating clouds all over the place and stuff. And now, what if it, I mean, any poison is going to be sprayed out. You're going to need a lot of it because Earth is big, really big, and there's winds and stuff going on. It's just not feasible. I mean, just money-wise, it's dumb. The concept that someone would try to do this. For what reason? I mean, you're going to poison yourself, your children. Just hit the groundwater. It's drinking water is a much better target. I mean, the people doing this are supposedly, up in who knows where. They're the man, the Illuminati, whatever group they're with. So they own the city, the drinking water and everything. These are the people supposedly spraying it, I guess. So it's really not that big of an issue. They can just walk in and target specific areas and done. Why take these expensive aircraft and fly them all over the place? Yeah. And, I know that I'm going to try to bring this evidence up to, these people, they're just going to try and claim that the aircraft are painted blue on the bottom, or they have LCD panels on them to make it so you can't see. They're camouflaged, is probably what they're going to try and say, which is definitely not the case. I'm a private pilot. I haven't flown in a while, but I used to fly a lot. I never saw a carpet of aircraft anywhere. You would hear it. I mean, they are pretty loud. You can hear them when they're going overhead. That's one reason there aren't that many aircraft overhead. I mean, most cities are actually devoid of aircraft over the cities themselves, just for safety reasons. You can see here with San Francisco, aircraft normally run on specific tracks and stuff, especially when flying over, over the ocean and stuff. We have actual different lanes and stuff. But just with the way that flight works, the way the Earth works and stuff, the way air flows, it's better to follow pre-planned routes. So you can't just deviate off and just start spraying areas. You can clearly see areas here where they have to fly at. But nowhere do I see 16 aircraft per kilometer. I mean, you can't fly in that area. It's most aircraft can't be a kilometer, within each other. It's I forget the actual rating for actual cargo aircraft and transportation aircraft. But I'm pretty sure that it's a little bit more than a kilometer that you're supposed to keep separation from. Now that changes. You come in for landing and stuff, but it's the idea that was brought up was just idiotic, and they tried to say you can't prove that they don't. Well, I think I've just proven that they don't. That there's no way that they can. All right, so if you enjoyed this kind of comment or content, let me know. Leave a like, and I'll remake the video, add some more context to it. I have a few more videos I'm going to be putting out here pretty soon. I'm going to try and go more scientific with stuff. But the next one is still going to be slightly based on some kind of crazy ideas. And it's going to be going on about rocket spirals. Because one just happened again in Norway. You've seen these pictures of big spirals in the sky. People say they're, gateways in other universes and all kinds of random weird stuff. They aren't. They're rockets. But but it's not happening how most people think. They aren't rockets that are spinning out of control or anything. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're in stable flight most of the time. And we're going to cover what's going on, what actually causes that spiral shape. Because like I said, it's not from the rocket spinning. There's another reason to it that's actually really cool, really interesting, and just really demonstrates how spacecraft operate and some of the weird things you can get when looking at things that are in space. So when you've got sunlight coming over the planet to illuminate things, and it's still dark on the ground and stuff. So I'll cover that later on here. But there we go. All right. Well, thank you.